Welcome back to class. Now, in our previous class, we treated Circle's theorem, but we are going further in that teaching. Like from this question, you can see that there is a quadrilateral inscribed inside the circle. Now, we are looking for the value of y. Now, to solve for the value of y, we'll be using the theorem that states that the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Remember, in our last class, in one of our class, we treated supplementary angles that when the sum of two angles is equals to 180. And what are the two angles? These two angles are opposite. So their sum making 180 makes the angles to be what? Supplementary. So we say that just simple form. In this kind of question, you don't need to waste your time. Just apply the theorem. So we say that 80 plus y degree equals to 180. Reason supplementary or opposite angles of quad. You just stop like that. So this means that we have y equals to 80, 180 minus 80 degree, y degree equals to 100. And that is our final answer for the first question. Now, for the second question, we have x and y. We are looking for x and y. Now, we'll be using a different theorem, which is the second theorem of triangle of circle, which I discussed in our last class. The angle which an arc of a circle sustains at the center is twice that which is sustained at the remaining part of the circumference. Now, any angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference is twice the angle at the center. So we have, if this is one solution, now the center of this part is this. Why the center of x is the reflex of this angle. So for us to look for y is going to be y equals to 130 divided by 2. Or you can say that 130 degree equals to 2y using this theorem. So it means that from here we can say that y equals to 130 divided by 2, that is 65 degrees. That is the answer to y. Now, for us to get the value of x can be solved in two ways. The first way is either you use two opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral, because if you consider this whole shape is a quadrilateral, ignoring the middle, then you can use that theorem, which is the first theorem we use, or you can say that you look for the reflex of this. And for you to get the reflex of that, that's going to say, let's say the reflex is z, so we can say that reflex angles z would be z degree plus 130 equals to 360, because this is angle, it forms a point, angle at a point. Good. So it means that z equals to 360 degree minus 130 degree. So z becomes, we have 0, we have 3, we have 2. Z becomes 230 degree. Now, the center of x is z. So we can say that z degree equals to 2x, but z equals to 230 degree. That means that we have x becomes 230 degree divided by 2. This will give us 2 there, 1, 2 here, 1, then we'll have 5. I think this is the final answer to that. Now, if you want to check if this really corresponds with the first theorem, that two opposite interior angle, two opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral equals to 180. You can find out by saying that, you can find out by comparing, that is to check if this really works with the theorem. And what is the theorem? That x plus y equals to 180. That is two opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is supplementary. So we got x to be 115 degree, and y was we got y to be 65. Let's check if this will give us 180. This is 0. You take 1. This is 7 plus 1. That is 8. That is 180, which confirm that the x and y are supplementary. Thank you. This is check.